All right. What's up, fellas? Dude, I am hang on. Whoop.
A good hook.
Whoop. I do not feel good, fellas. What's up, guys? Yeah, I feel like shit, man. I don't think I have COVID though. I don't think, but I do not feel good. Damn, do you know what? I didn't even it would have been tonight would have been fucking Cody versus Figueredo. Man, that would have been exciting. Yeah, the Ferguson one. I did that today. I felt good when I was filming today. Now I don't know. I don't feel good, man. My head is fucking killing me. I'm watching Valentina's sister here fighting right now. I know, dude. If it was Garbrandt versus Figueredo tonight, I would be so excited. I mean, I'm still excited, but I watched that countdown show. Dude, Figueredo is a fucking monster, man. Like a monster. Dude, have you guys ever seen the photo shoot that Valentina Shevchenko did when she was all like I don't know, like she did like a fucking sexy photo shoot? Look that shit up, dude. God damn. I can't look at her the same now. I'm like, Jesus. I basically made a decision about her though. I think she's the most dominant fighter in the UFC. Like, cause like it's partially because of the lack of competition. She's in like a G-string and shit, man. But yeah, like I think like I said, like it's partially due to the lack of of competition at 125. But even more than Khabib, like when she goes in, like I give a person she's fighting absolutely no fucking chance. Like none. Like none. Like none. Can she beat Amanda now? I mean, dude, Amanda is fucking Amanda. Like, like she's bigger, But that last time they fought was so close, dude. Was so fucking close. And the first time was also close. Is like, because like Amanda took the first 2 rounds, but then if that fight would have kept going, Valentino was gonna fucking win because Nunes was tired, man. Shevchenko, dude. You know what I realized today? I always thought that Valentina's sister was her younger sister. She's she's older than Valentina. I never knew that. Their body types are so different, dude. Like Valentina's a little fucking packaged piece of dynamite, and her sister's like way longer. I bet you they have different dads or something. Like because like their body, like that's really rare for like 2 sisters to have body types that are so different. Actually, what the fuck am I talking about? My oldest and my middle one are like that. The middle one's a piece of dynamite, and my oldest is like this flexible little. She's gonna be a jiu-jitsu killing machine. Max versus Calvin is gonna be amazing. Yeah, it's got to be her half sister, right? Perry versus Means. I don't know. I think I don't know. Like you never know. Like when a guy, no, Usman does not have what it takes to be the welterweight gold. He's up against GSP, man. Fuck no. But well, shit. I mean, or at least like he's got a long ways to go, man. Like he has 2 defenses. Look at GSP had. But I think with Mike Perry, dude, like when a guy misses weight like that, it's fucking like you're kind of like, I don't know what to think about that, you know, because usually when guys miss weight, they end up winning. But to miss it by that much, you're just kind of like, where's this guy's head at? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. You never know. I mean, every time that I can think of when a person's missed weight by that much, they've ended up winning, which is kind of bullshit. But um, yeah, I don't know. He looked pretty good at the face off. You never know what to think of a guy like him, man. Like he's a lunatic, you know. He's, like I don't know what else to say, man. Like he's obviously not like a you know, like a disciplined professional fighter like GSP or like Khabib or Conor or any of these guys that are like stone pros. Like he's like a fucking wild man that just like, you know, he's ghetto, probably didn't have a lot of options. He went in there and he's a tough bastard. Who's in Perry's corner tonight? Actually, I don't know. I think he's been training at American Top Team, if I'm not mistaken. I know he was. He was training with yeah, he definitely was training at American Top Team, actually. But I have no idea who's cornering him. My favorite matchup tonight for sure is Figueiredo versus Perez. That's going to be so sick, man. Figueiredo is like, I would love to see Triple C come back. And I mean, you know, once these guys go up, it's hard to get them down. Like, I can't even think of a time. Yeah, I can't think of a time when a guy's gone up, won the belt, and then gone back to the lower weight class because it's so hard for them to make weight. So it's like, why the hell would I do it? If I'm the champion at 135, why the fuck would I cut the additional weight? But I would love to see Triple C go back down and try to fight Figueiredo, man. That would be amazing. Ngannou beats Stipe. I think he will, personally. But like, you know, I just think Ngannou is fucking unbeatable. Like if you know, I think Stipe beat him the only way that he could be beat, and you know, I think that's a wrap. Like I don't think that's going to happen again. Ireland, nice, man. That's crazy. So like for you guys to watch the fights live, it's like what, fucking 4 a.m. or something when the main event starts, or 3 a.m. You know what's funny about that? Like the amount of content that I put up. Do you understand how little work like it is for me? Because like I literally just sit down and I talk. So like the amount of time that it takes me to record them, that's how long I worked on it. And then I just go and I just upload it. And then you know, it takes me, I don't know, 5 minutes to create a thumbnail. So, you know, if you combine the amount of time that the videos were, right? So if it's like, you know, one's 15 minutes, the other one's 12 minutes, 27 minutes, like I for sure did less than an hour of work on it, you know. That's what, but I'm doing that on purpose. Like that's intentionally why I do the videos like that, because when the channel blows up, I want to be able to crank content. I want it to be like so I could do 6 videos in a day where you're actually, when they're monetizing, you're making real money. Like I want the effort to be very low so I can do a fuckload of them. 5:55 in Abu Dhabi. Damn. Actually, 5:55, you can just like wake up early and watch the fights. That's actually kind of fun. Main card starts at 4 in Europe. I used to love that, dude. Like when the World Cup, you know, like when the World Cup was in, I don't know, wherever, like Germany or something, and you're like, oh, the United States is playing at 5:30 a.m. I loved that, dude. I fucking loved that. Like the bars would open early, so you'd like wake up at like 4, and then you get down to the bars by like 5, and oh man, I loved it. It was like those are like the most fun days. Wait, let me see. Sorry. My most objective guy talking is. Are you? CH. I can't tell if you're who this Rush guy is. I don't know if you're talking about me or talking about him. But if you're talking about me, thank you. You think Ngannou's overrated, huh? Yeah, I would say the results that he's had would invalidate that opinion, given that he's fought all the guys in the top 5 and he's not, none of them can go 90 seconds with him, you know? You had to watch Conor and Khabib middle of math class. Dude, I watched when Conor was fighting Chad Mendes, a dude, like a guy I'm friends with, it was his wedding, and I had the shit on my phone, like during the ceremony, and I had all these guys like looking over the shoulders, and they're like, "Hey, what's up? Who's winning?" At the time, that was when I fucking hated Conor. Like my transition on Conor was in between the first and second Nate Diaz fights. That's when I went from fuck this guy to holy shit, what a fucking savage badass. But was I in the fantasy sports business? Yes, I was. And you work for Dynasty League Football and Roto. Oh, nice. Yeah, I owned a daily fantasy company, and then I sold it in 2015 to a company called Latitude 360, which ended up having this gigantic scandal afterwards. Oh, you don't like the porn? You don't like the Pornhub intro? Yeah, take a punch from him, say he's overrated. Take a punch from him and fucking wake up in the hospital 7 months later after out of your coma. 76% have not liked. I don't know what that is. I've never missed a UFC pay-per-view in a decade, and I'm in England. 76% have not liked. I don't understand. Thank you, Dylan. Dylan the GOAT, son. Yeah, with no teeth, exactly. Like when people say that Francis is overrated, what that means is you've watched like one of his fights, and someone was like, he really needs to focus on tucking his elbows in. They're all, I don't know, he's pretty wild. Watch like 6 of his fights and then tell me he's fucking overrated when he literally dirt naps everyone. You wake up 6. Yeah, Molly's vid on. Well, Molly he did 3 videos on Francis. The last one's actually on Patreon, but 76% of people watching this right now have not hit the like. Oh, okay, yeah, like that shit, son. That's good math, though. Ngannou versus Izzy, yeah, that's not a fight Izzy wants, man. That's one of those things where, like, have you guys seen the video of Ryan Garcia doing the body shot challenge on Francis? That's amazing. Like, first of all, like literally watch Superhero Villain. Thanks, man. Go watch Ryan Garcia's body shot challenge, and he no one can take it. Like, they puts the body shot thing on, and and eventually they all just crumble, right? And then he did one with Francis, and he literally was going 100% full throttle, just over to, and Francis is sitting there and he's like chuckling at him. He's like, "Oh, this is cute." It's amazing. Like Francis is not human, man. Like, he is literally like what's the name of that fucking legend of Patrick Henry? He's like the real life Patrick Henry. Thanks, man. Yeah, dude, honestly, the video that I did on Jesse on Everything today about my oh, what's up, my man? Oh, really? You were in the hospital? I was wondering, because you asked me about shit. I said, like, you asked me, and then I sent you all this stuff, and then you never responded. So I wasn't sure. Jesus, so COVID's real, huh? I'm just kidding. COVID's a real thing. So then should they actually be shutting businesses down? Because I've been bitching about them shutting businesses down. Dude, Molly, actually, another one of my buddies, a really good buddy of mine, his brother and his wife and then brother-in-law both got it, and they're sick as fuck. They're like really fucking sick. And I had I don't know, 15 to 18 people that had gotten it, and all of them had like minimal symptoms. Like it was totally no big deal at all. They found a blood clot in your lung, and it's a Jesus. Is it clear now? Like you thought you were done with it, and then you like, how'd you know? Fuck, we should talk about it offline. But that's like but you're good now though, yeah? And you were in a Colombian hospital then, yeah? COVID's fake. No, but dude, yeah, like I said, I mean, dude, I can only operate off of people that I know, that have had it. And everybody was like, yeah, I had it, and then I was cool. Not clear, but it should be easy to fix. I knew because I thought oh fuck, man. Oh, that's right. You showed me those Colombian hospitals actually. Damn, man. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy, man. I'm glad you told me. Because I don't know, like, I don't know. Everybody that I knew was like, it's like, I had a cold for a couple days. And then today, like I said, my buddy's sister and her husband are both fucking sick, man. Like super, super sick. I actually don't fucking feel good right now. Like I was just telling them when I first got on, like I don't feel good at all. Like now I'm like gonna psych myself into it, but like I coughed this morning, and then like I went to the gym and give them a millimeter, they're gonna put their fist through your jaw. Yeah, pretty much. But like I don't know. Like I went to the gym today, the UFC gym, the only one that's open. And I worked out hard and I felt great. I got home, and then an hour later I started coughing, and I just didn't feel, I mean, obviously my cough's all right now, but my fucking head is killing me. Yeah, of course they're like dying of hunger, dude. It's like, yeah, dude, I took zinc and I puked. Like zinc is no good for me. But Molly, like you're like you don't feel sick anymore, right? Like you're done with the illness, but you just had the thing. How much do you bench, bro? Dude, you want to hear the funniest story like that ever? I don't know if I've ever told you guys this on here, but like, so the funniest fucking story like that. So my buddy, actually the guy I was just talking about, the guy whose sister and brother have COVID. His name's Christian. I don't know if I've actually told. Damn, actually, I got a fucking story for you guys. I've been being pretty cautious about the stories that I put online, but I'll tell you a fucking story about that guy. But so that guy Christian, he drove a yellow Viper. It's fucking ridiculous. And he and I were driving down down near the beach in San Diego, and he had the windows down, and this guy pulled up next to us. Keep in mind, it's a fucking yellow Viper. It's the loudest car ever, and Christian's this fucking diesel guy. Like this guy pulled up next to us and goes, "Hey, bro," or whatever, and we're like, "What's up?" He's like, "Hey, how much you bench?" We fucking laughed for. Seriously, we must have lasted for like fucking 10 minutes because it's so perfect. He's driving around in a fucking a yellow Viper, like I don't know. It's fucking hilarious. Medication for 3 months. Fine. Don't want to hide it. No. No, I genuinely want to know, man. But anyway, I'll tell you guys a story about this fucking guy, man. So check this out. So that guy Christian, the one with the one who's got the Viper. So let's just call that, like, that must have been, I don't know, around 2006, right? He's one of my best friends, like, obviously. So that must have been 2007, actually. So 2008, when the lockdowns I'm sorry, not the lockdowns, the fucking the financial crisis happened, and just businesses got fucking annihilated, especially real estate, right? So Christian and I were in the real estate business, and our business got annihilated, right? So I wasn't married at the time. I was with Gabrielle, but we weren't married yet. Christian had a wife and a kid, and so he was in a very different situation from me. Like, you know, he, like, Jesus, I can't even imagine what that must have been. Anyway, he had a brand new kid, wife. So when everything went to shit in real estate, he had a lot of pressure on him. You know, he had $1 million house. He had a fucking Viper. He had an Escalade. He's crazy. He had bought a lot of shit. But I could just watch him, like, man, this guy is fucking having a rough time. Like, he just had, like, you could just tell, like, just anxiety, like, you know, like, it was like crushing him. And a couple things happened. Like, there was one night when we were out at a bar, and this guy, we were down in San Diego with Gabrielle and then her roommate, or her best friend's girl, Mandy. And this guy walked by us who was fucking blacked out drunk. And he, like, I think he, like, flicked a cigarette in our direction. And I mean, he's so blacked out, like, and I kind of went, the fuck, man? And he's like, fuck you. Okay. This guy, when I tell you this guy is not a worthy adversary, like, this is like, I can't, like, Christian's 235 pounds of fucking diesel, trained fighter diesel. Like, like, if I was to fight this guy who you know, that flicked a cigarette, it would have been ludicrously unfair. Christian, like, there have been times when I've just play fucking around, and my fist has hit his fist, and I'm like, Jesus, if we and Christian ever fought, he would beat me to death. It's the only time I've ever felt that way about anyone. So to tell you that what Christian would have done to this guy is just like you can't fight this guy. Like, Christian cannot fucking fight the guy. And Christian literally turned to him, and he went to go attack this guy. And I literally had to like restrain him. I was like, dude, are you fucking out of your mind? Like, you and he's not he's not a fucking lunatic, but like, he like didn't, I don't know, man. Like, this is what I'm saying. He was in a different headspace where I'm like, Jesus Christ, Christian, you can't fucking fight this guy. Are you out of your mind? And so, you know, we let this guy go back in the bar. Then, so Christian started, so then he started seeing this girl, right? Like, this, he's married, and he has a kid, wife is a smoke show. He starts seeing this girl, and he's like bringing her around. Like, he's like bringing her around and shit. And we're like, and everybody knows his fucking wife, man. And we're like, and I remember I went to a bar with him, like, during the day. It sounds like I went to the bars a lot. Like, this is just, you know, kind of coincidence. And I'm like, Christian, dude, you can't fucking bring this girl around, man. Everyone knows your wife. Like, you can't just make your wife and kid evaporate. Like, everyone knows her. And he's like, I just don't feel anything there anymore. I'm like, that's fucking irrelevant, man. Like, it's fucking irrelevant. You can't bring this chick around. Like, you can't do it. Like, it reflects poorly on you, and everyone knows you. It puts everybody in a weird spot, man. Like, I don't give a fuck. It's your life, but like, you can't just pretend that these people don't know your fucking family, man. So he's like, he was in fucking outer space. He's a really, really smart guy. Like, there was something going on with him. Another day, he told me he was thinking about joining the French Foreign Legion. You guys know what the fucking French Foreign Legion is? Look that shit up, okay? And he was serious. And I was like, man. And I just couldn't figure out what was going on with him. I was like, this is concerning, you know? So then he gets in a car wreck, okay? So he's blacked out, or I don't know about blacked out, but he gets a DUI and crashes his car, right? And I was thinking about whether he's watching this, but it's fine. He won't get mad. I've told him I was going to, as long as he's not watching it with his current girl, it'll be fine. He would just turn it off actually so that she didn't see it. But anyway, so he crashed his car, right? And he's drunk, like, and he totaled the Viper actually. The girl, he was with the girlfriend and he was like, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. Yep. Exactly. French Foreign Legion is for guys who want to flee. Like they want to get the fuck out of whatever they're doing. Like they're like, they literally want, it's like they want to, it's as close to committing suicide as you can get, man. Like, you know what I mean? Wait, with several previous businesses failed, but you think you're smarter than everyone. Ads and doctors likely paying your way till maybe hit it big. I'm out. Dude, everybody that wants to pay me $20 to talk shit, please fucking bring that in. Like, please. That's no one's ever given me before. That's fucking awesome. I would love to make a profession about that. Oh man, that is fucking priceless, dude. That is priceless. Like, he could have done that for $1. He could have done it with a fucking $1. That's amazing, dude. That is a high effort insult, man. That's like, hold on, I'm going to read it again. I was a fan with your Trump lost whining crybaby antics. Yeah, I don't remember doing that. Several previous businesses failed, but you think you're smarter than everyone while dad's a doctor and likely is paying your way until you maybe hit it big. I'm out. Wow, dude. Yeah, none of those things are accurate except, yeah, I mean, I had a failed business after, you know, a guy fucking bought my business for $8.5 million and then the stock went to zero. What? What is happening? What the fuck is happening? I don't understand what's happening. I don't understand what's happening. I don't understand what's happening. Anyway, okay, I'm going to finish this fucking I can't even make heads or tails of that, dude. All right. Anyway, so I'm going to continue this story. So the guy fucking crashes his car. His girl, he tells the girl to get out of there, right? Like he's like, go, just out of here. The fucking, you know, the wait, what? Get him on the live, yeah, dude. Yeah, I know. I'll fucking bring this guy in. I just got to understand what's happening. I like Trump. I don't like fucking Trump. I hate the left-wing media. That's what I hate. I fucking hate the left-wing media. It's really hard for people to like be able to process, like, you know, such a dichotomy now where it's like, if you say, wow, CNN says some shit that's not true, they're like, oh my God, you must want to fuck Trump. And you're like, I don't see that connection there. Anyway, so the guy tells his fucking girl to run away, right? So he ends up getting arrested. So he gets arrested for DUI. The girlfriend that fled the scene, I'm just not going to look at the chat. Otherwise I'm going to get distracted. The girl that fled the scene, she has no idea what's going on. So she calls his fucking she calls his phone and she's like, Christian, I don't know what happened. I ran from the scene. I love you. Call me when you can. So Christian's wife has no idea what the fuck is going on. Like she's like, cause he went to jail. She can't get a hold of him. So when she can't find him, she fucking calls his cell phone and calls his aunt, like listens to his messages, trying to figure out where he is. So the message from the girl is on there. Oh, Christian, I love you. So he's caught, right? So he gets a DUI, gets his license revoked. And then his wife finds out that he was cheating on her all in one fucking shebang, right? So, whoa. Yeah, no. Now I'm watching the fight too. But so he ends up getting divorced, right? Like his wife leaves him. She ends up going and when she goes to court, she gets alimony set based on what he was making in 2007, and this is now 2008. And he had made probably 450K the previous year. And now he's making like 80 because the world had collapsed. So after he's working full time at Wells Fargo, and after money was taken, you know, they're garnishing his wages. He's bringing home $600 a month. This is a dude who had $1 million house, a fucking Viper, a Cadillac Escalade, and I think he actually had another car. He's a fucking idiot. But if he is watching this, an idiot with money. He's also my business partner. So anyway, so he's literally like, he's working full time and he's bringing home $600 a month, like total, not like, I'm not talking like after he pays shit, total, because it's getting garnished, right? So this is when things really went sideways for him. And I might have actually done this out of order. I think the thing about where he was going to attack the guy and all that, I think that actually happened after this. And the French Foreign Legion for sure happened after this. I told this all out of order. Okay. So like the shit happened there. Then all the stuff with like the French Foreign Legion and all that happened. So Gabrielle and I get married, right? And we go on our honeymoon. Damn, this guy fucking Buckley is a beast, man. This guy, dude, Wright's already scared of him. So anyway, so we get married. We go on our honeymoon. We get back, right? We'd been gone for 7 days, and I had Christian is a lot. He's wait till let me finish the story before you figure what he is. So Gabrielle and I go on our honeymoon, phones off. I get back, turn on my phone. I have a million messages, right? And all of them are like, Jesse, did you hear about Christian? Call me. Jesse, did you hear about Christian? Fucking call me. And I'm like, what the fuck? I think he's dead, right? Like this is like, like I'm assuming that he's dead based on the messages that I'm getting. Fine. So I called somebody, people aren't picking up. I call Christian, his phone's off, right? Like I call Christian, goes straight to voicemail. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Then I finally get a hold of my buddy and I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on with Christian? And he was like, you don't know? I was like, no. He's like, Google him. I was like, Google him? He's like, just fucking Google him. I was like, oh my God, man. So I Google him. And it's like, I won't say his last name, but it's like Christian. Well, fuck, I'm going to end up giving it away anyway. But like, he got caught robbing a bank. Okay. Like he got caught robbing a fucking bank. It turned out that this whole fucking time where he was going nuts and talking about the French Foreign Legion, he was robbing banks. Like he was on a string of bank robberies. Okay. Like, and if you think that, like the movie Point Break, how they call them the dead presidents or the ex-presidents, whatever the fuck, that's real. Okay. The FBI actually names prolific bank robbers, like bank robbers who are doing strings of bank robberies. They give them names. So he was the motivator bandit. You can fucking Google it. Google the motivator bandit, click on the link and then scroll down and it's still there. Like it's an active case. I have no idea why. He fucking went to jail. He's already out, everything. But so Google it. Google the fucking motivator bandit, click on it and then scroll down. So the reason they were calling him the motivator bandit is because he was motivating. This is insane. He was going in there and he was putting guns on the tellers. And he was going, everybody get the money out of your fucking thing. And the one who gives me the least amount of money is going to get it. I'm taking him with me. Like, so you're saying like he was going to take a hostage. He threatened to take a hostage and it was going to be whichever teller gave him the least amount of money. The motivator bandit. Okay. So he, by some miracle, like I have no idea if he had a real gun the first 3 times or 4 times, 5 times, whatever, how many times he really did it. But the time that he got caught, he had a pellet gun. And, oh, that's a wrap, son. Oh my God. Is this guy going to survive this? Oh my God. Dude, Buckley is a fucking animal, man. I'll tell you who would fail the USADA testing is fucking Christian. Anyway, so the time that he got popped, he had used a pellet gun that time. And it was by some fucking miracle. I don't know, whatever. So when he went to court, I told you guys, he's a fucking genius. Like this guy is really genuinely like a super fucking like really one of the smartest guys that I know. And also like kind of brilliant in the way where he knows how to like manipulate systems. So he ends up basically firing his lawyer after a year of like fighting his case. And he goes in there and he says that he had a psychotic break from being on antidepressant medication that basically like, he was on antidepressants and he had a psychotic break and that's what happened. And he got 5 years. He was facing like 50. And He got 5 years, did his time, came out, and now he's out. He's out. But I asked him, no, none of those Christians are correct. I already told you, Google the Motivator Bandit. I would imagine that if you do Christian Motivator Bandit, I don't know if it'll come up, but I think it does. I don't know. But Motivator Bandit will for sure come up. And then you could probably back into it. But anyway, so he that is a wrap, son. Jesus, man. So this guy does a fucking lightning spin kick knockout the first time, and then that's his follow-up performance. This guy is a beast, son. Wow, that's a guy that you're legit. I don't care if you're a professional fighter or whatever. You're fucking scared to fight this guy, man. Jesus. Oh, God. Oh. Youch. Wow. Oh my God. That guy is fucking donezo. This guy, that is a wow. Wow. He is a knockout artist, man. So no. Oh no, if we had an arm wrestling contest, Christian would break my arm off my body. So anyway, so like after Christian got out, he wrote a book about it, and it was like I don't know if you can get it anymore, but he sent it to me before it was published, and I was fucking crying. I was laughing so hard. I was like, this is incredible how well he wrote this thing out. And oh, look at Gabrielle. Hi. So I was telling him about Christian and when we got back from the honeymoon and found out that Christian had fucking robbed the banks.
Wild. We thought it was an April Fool's prank.
We did?
Yeah, because we went in April.
Oh yeah.
That first message, we were like, oh, that's funny. It's April
That
Fool's.
is correct, Christian Zimmerman. Christian Zimmerman has found him. He found his name.
And then the fourth message, we were like, yeah, no, that's real.
Yep. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that incredible. Wait, my story is the reason men don't want to get married anymore. Dude, are you kidding me? I have the best marriage ever. Like my story, like my personal story should be the fucking glaring reason of why people should get married. But just make sure you marry the right girl. I want to do business with Dana, something different. But yeah. So you got married on Halloween. Congratulations, my friend. So check this out. So anyway, so when Christian got out, he told me the story of the day the guy, I'm talking about the Christian story. Wait, hang on. I don't know. Oh, why men don't want to get married anymore. Yeah. Dude, Corrupted. If you're still on here, I don't care what kind of shit you want to talk. You're my favorite fucking viewer ever. No, nobody's ever done 20, much less $1.20. Everybody can talk all the shit they want. That's fucking priceless, man. Anyway, so but yeah, so what actually happened? Oh, the book. I have no idea if you can still get it, but now his current girl is like not fucking down with that story. Like anytime, like I've tried to have him on, like I wanted to have him on the show, and like block the haters. Are you kidding? If haters want to give me $120 to talk shit to me, I'll make a living out of that, son. Yes, dude. I don't understand what's going on. Like I said, you're my favorite viewer ever. But dude, check this out. I don't know if you guys know who Brett Weinstein is. I saw a person fucking do $3,800 to him. Like him and his wife, because like he had a story where, one of those things about, it was actually that story was one of the main kind of like starting points for me going, I don't know, like where I started moving, like, well, I don't know what's going on the left, but I have nothing to do with this shit. Was like, he's a Jewish professor, and I don't know, look up the Brett Weinstein story. Any rational person will just be like, okay, I'm not down with this shit. Right. And like, So he lost his job as a result of some lunatic fucking students, like on some just the most like utterly lunatic shit. So like, people know him as a person who lost his career because of lunatic cancel culture. And so like when they do these, like people go on and they give him so much fucking money, man. They're like, because people hate cancel culture. They fucking despise it. But yeah, so like, so anyway, so Christian, so the story, the way that thing kind of played out with Christian was, so the day of, like, how he ended up getting caught. So he had a BMW 6 Series on 20s, of course. Now at this point, like this is after the divorce and everything. I have no idea how he managed. Like I said, he's making $600 a month. I have no idea how he managed to, he didn't have any of the other cars. He had a black 6 Series at this point. Again, I have no idea. But so he was taking like a Razor scooter, and he would rob the banks, and then he would take a Razor scooter like down these what do you call it? Like down alleys and shit, and then he would park his car far away. And like what he was thinking was like if he got into a chase, he would be able to get away from them or whatever. And cops wouldn't be able to chase him because he'd be able to go places they couldn't go. So anyway, so he robs this bank. He does the scooter thing. When he gets to his car, there are these 2 kids there that are looking at his car that are like they're like fucking BMW enthusiasts or something. They're like, he said that they were like, I don't know, like fucking 12 or 13 years old. Thanks, Case. And so he's like, as I pull up to my car, he's like, I'm wearing like a mask and shit. And he's like, and they just looked right at me. They saw me get into the car. And so he goes, so he was like, he's like, what am I supposed to do? He's like, what am I going to do? Smoke a couple kids? He's like, fucking, and he's a pellet gun anyway. But he's like, I mean, there was nothing I could do. He's like, I just had to get in the car and just go. And so when the bank, like I don't know, somehow the kids were able to tell people which car he got into. And so the cops, cornered him and all that shit. He is totally real. He is 100% real. He's, I don't know. He's like, he's much more chill now, at least superficially. Cause, like I said, his girl is like the book and all that shit. Like his girl is, like he can't come on the show and talk about it. Like she's fucking not down. And his girl is a fucking dime piece. I'll show you guys. Show you guys what his fucking girl looks like. So like, definitely worth reforming your behavior. I don't know which ones annoyed you, but I can promise you I only rage against the machine, my friend. Hang on, let me show you this girl because she's really tall. She's tall for my taste, that's for sure. She's fucking 6 foot. But she's a knockout though. She's honestly like, she's so fucking athletic, dude. Like she'll like carry my kids like on her shoulders and she like gallops around. I'm like, Jesus, like, man, there's so many good pictures of her. I don't even know which to choose. I don't know. She's the one. She's this one. I'll find a better one. She was a college athlete, like, yeah, like she's the one in the black tank top. And she's 6, like picture that, and she's 6 foot. Like she was like a track star. And there's Christian, not robbing banks anymore. Corrupted is just wife. Yeah. Yep. No, Corrupted is balling is what he's doing. Yeah, I went to college. I know Corrupted came in here and just slapped his dick on everybody, dude. Like everybody's like, geez, I don't want to do $5 and look like a pussy. dude, this is like doing a live. I can tell all these stories that I can't like put up on my channel because I used to tell these stories and then what happened with so I tell all these stories like that and then my TikTok blew up and then so like all of a sudden people were like someone at work, not even someone at work, a person I was trying to do a deal with. Like a person, like a company that I was engaged with in Minnesota. He's like, "Hey man, I was flipping through TikTok, and this guy was cool. He and I had hung out in Vegas before, but he's like, I saw you on. I sell enterprise software, so like high tech, fucking complex, multi-million-dollar deals that like can't have people that I'm fucking doing business with go on and go, oh, look at this story about Jesse talking about fucking some hooker in the ass when he was 20. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like that shit like was non-starter. I had to take it all down, you know. But yeah, like do I have Verdict MMA? No. I don't know. But yeah, like so I feel like I was about to tell like a specific story. Now I can't think of which one it was. I don't know. I had lots of them up. Like I didn't ever take down the one about did you guys see the one that I put up when I was talking about where I was how I mind fucked Gabrielle, like when Gabrielle broke up with me and then I mind fucked her? Yeah. They're like, it's like, hey, dude, get in the shower. You have to. Corrupted's dick's 14 inches long. You're like, I feel like I can just go home dirty. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to tell a story that fucking everybody's heard before, but I'll tell you guys the Gabrielle story. So, all right, Muhammad, can I tell it again? I mean, I don't like, you know, if everybody's heard it, I don't want to fucking just, you know, tell it again. But that is for sure the most ultimate chess master fucking mind fuck I've ever pulled ever. All right, so yeah, so basically, okay, so Gabrielle and I had been together for probably 3 months. I lived in San Diego, she lived in LA, and Ali Abdelaziz blocked me on Instagram for commenting on how's Noah. I don't understand that, but actually, I can't look at the comments, or else it's going to distract me. All right, so we had been together for like 3 months. She lived in LA, I lived in San Diego, right? And so she was like driving back and forth. She was like doing a ton of the driving, man. Like, so she was like driving down and she'd drive back, whatever. And I can't remember exactly what happened, but she broke it off, right? Like she's like, I don't know. She was super fucking young too. She's like 22, 23 years old. And so she broke it off. And that was the first time I'd ever had a girl that I wanted to be together with break it off with me. It's fucking awful, man. I'm sure everybody knows this, knows that feeling, but it was terrible. And, you know, so like, and the other thing was I lived with her best friend. Like, so the way that whole thing went down is fucking ridiculous. So yeah. So background on how that's even possible. So the way I met Gabrielle is my best friend who I lived with all through college and then lived with after college. He was banging Gabrielle's best friend. She was engaged at the time. My friend was like one of what I found out later with multiple dudes on the side. And so like, but he was like super into her and he was just whatever. So then when her and the fiance broke up, she needed somewhere to live. And so my roommate, he's like, we're very similar in a lot of ways and also not in a lot of ways. Like, and he's always been not very hip to like when a girl is like taking advantage of him or fucking with him or whatever. And so he's like, yeah, he's like, me and Mandy are going to go grab dinner. And I'm like, okay. And because I knew that the guy had broken up. I was like, okay, just keep in mind, like, this is not like a girl that you want to be together with. Like, just fair, like, right? Like, we know this at this point, right? He's like, yeah, dude. It's all casual. It's all casual. I'm like, all right. So he goes to dinner with her, right? This is a fucking 100% true story. He comes back. Now, Mandy, so you know how I tell you guys I can read people really well, like really, really well. So one thing that I could describe, experience with that, right? If you can read people like I can, every once in a while, you'll see another person that you know can read people like you. It's very rare, like very, very rare. But as soon as you see them, you instantly know it. You know it about them and they know it about you. And Mandy, that girl, is one of those. She's a fucking shark, human shark. Like in terms of like reading people, you're never going to get over on her ever. And they came back to the house and like she comes in and I'm already really skeptical. I'm like, what the hell is she doing here, man? Like, what is she doing here? And Mike goes, he's all, Mandy's moving in, dude. And I'm like, this, first of all, it's my fucking house. Okay. Like I'm letting Mike live there for fucking $400 rent or something like that. Right. And I'm paying 4 times that. And he's like, Mandy's moving in, dude. And I was like, what? Like, what? So that's how Mandy but in my mind, so I had already met Gabrielle, right? But Gabrielle lived in LA. And I already knew, I was like, Gabrielle's my fucking dream girl. Like, I'll marry that fucking girl. And so when Mike was like, Mandy's moving in, dude, I like at lightning speed was like, this is how I could get Gabrielle because it's her best friend. So I allowed this to happen specifically to try to get Gabrielle, right? So that's how I ended up dating Gabrielle in the first place. Then when she broke it off, I lived with her best friend. So it's like, if I, it's like, like the only way that I'd ever been able to break up with girls is like, I'd clip them and then I couldn't talk to them at all. If I really wanted to break it off, like I couldn't talk to them at all. Cause it's just too like, like I just need to go cold turkey, man. Like no talking, no seeing them, nothing, unless I wanted to keep them around or whatever. And so like with Gabrielle, like this was out of my control. Like it's totally out of my control. And I couldn't do out of sight, out of mind because her best friend lives down the fucking hall. You know what I mean? And so it was just like, it was torture. It's fucking torture. So for a while, Gabrielle was like, she's trying to have it both ways, right? Like she wants to come down and hang out. And then when she go back to LA, she just disappear, right? Like, so it's like, she comes down, we're together again. She goes back and she's, it's like I'm bothering her and shit. You know what I mean? And all right, hang on, let's see. Moreno and Royval. So she's trying to have it both ways. Now that is a game that I've played a lot. Okay. Like I know, I know the trying to have it both ways game because I'd fucking done it to basically every ex that I'd had, So, well, not all of them, but a lot of them. So after a while, it's getting to it kind of like progressively got to where when she would go home, like I literally would text her and she just wouldn't respond for like 2 days. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? So I knew like I have no control here. Like this is, or at least at this point, like this situation's out of my control. And so I'm like, okay, so I hatched this like fucking master plan, right? So I knew that Mandy's birthday was like, I don't know, call it a month away. I think it was about a month away, 3 to 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks away. And so I went to Gabrielle and I was like, look, I'm not doing this shit with you anymore. I was like, you don't want to be together. That's fine. But I'm not going to do this. Like where, you come down, we hang out, we're together. And then you just go and you vanish to fucking LA and go, club hopping. Like, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm not doing it. So she's like, okay, I understand. Now I did this knowing that she was definitely going to be coming down in 3 weeks. Right. And so if I could convince her over the 3 weeks that I didn't give a fuck anymore, then that gave me a tremendous like opportunity to twist this around. Right. So over those 3 weeks, I didn't talk to her at all. Okay. Knowing for sure that she's coming down and I knew she's going to go like if she's coming down here, she's going to want to like set it up, to where like we're going to hang out, like she's going to be staying at my house. So she starts hitting me up like probably like a week before. She's like, hey, are you going to be around for Mandy's birthday? I was like, I'm not sure, like I've got, maybe, maybe, I'm not sure. So I had a prescription to Adderall at the time, right? So I go to Mandy, and for her birthday, I'm like, dude, Mandy, have a fucking blast. I was like, I want you guys to have someone here's because Mandy would take she would take Adderall from me every once in a while. So I gave her this massive handful of Adderall. I was like, dude, have a blast on your birthday. Because I knew she'd give it to Gabrielle. And then that meant Gabrielle would be up all night for sure the night that she was there. So the night in question, like the day before, whatever, I was like, she's like, so am I going to see you? And I was like, I'm actually going to this thing in Oceanside. But I'll try to get done early and then I'll come back and see you guys. And she's like, okay, cool. I was not going to Oceanside and I was definitely not going to see them. So I'm gone by the time she gets there. I'm actually sleeping at my buddy's house. Incidentally, the one who told me about Christian, go Google your friend. But I'm sleeping at his house on the couch. Like we went to fucking Cheesecake Factory, went back to his house and I was going to be asleep immediately after. So Gabrielle's drunk, right? So she's like texting me like, hey, I'm excited to see you later, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to try to get there. And then the last thing she sent me, she was like, I think I should just say this, that like, I think you're the one, just not right now. And I just didn't respond and I turned my phone off. Right. So I wanted her to sit there and fucking look at that for the entire night. Like, oh, you just poured your heart out. Like, yeah, I'm the one, but like, just not right now. No response. So I go to sleep. Okay. Literally, I went to sleep at 9:00, sleeping like a baby. So Gabrielle whacked out on Adderall, stayed up all night long at my house. So all the other girls go to bed. She goes up to my room and she sits on my bed and fucking waits for me to come home all night. Okay. So she thinks that I'm out. Like she thinks I'm at a party, right? Like she thinks I'm at fucking something in Oceanside. And so when I don't come home, what the fuck do you think she thinks I'm doing? Right now, I did not give any indication whatsoever that like I was banging any other girls, nothing. I'm just not coming home, like, and it's not really your business, is it? Like, it's not really your business. Look at this guy, corrupted dude. If you let me know when you're in California, my friend, you let me know. Thank you. So anyway, so I'm like, so I get back, right? Like I come home at like probably 7:30 or 8 in the morning and I had to go to work. So I knew I was going to get home, get dressed and bounce. So I get home and she's fucking, dude, you want to talk about the ultimate fucking tables have turned now. She's had to sit there all night by herself, just like, and I banged her and then went to work. And then we've been together ever since. We have 3 kids together. That was 12 years ago. How you like them apples? That's some fucking chest for that ass, son. And then, so since it's story time and I could tell this guy just knocked someone out. Fucking, I missed it. Damn, he looks fucking mean. Dude, this guy looks like, he looks like a mean, vicious Pete Davidson. Right? Doesn't this guy look like fucking Pete Davidson? See, remember in my video that I did today and how I said, I was like, Oliveira be trying to submit Khabib and Khabib be smashing his fucking face in. There you go. That's the difference between being an Abu Dhabi world champion and that shit working in MMA. You know what I mean? Oh shit. This guy got injured. Never mind. I don't know what the fuck happened. Anyway, so now, yeah, that story was like one of my first or second ones. That's right. And then I did another one where I talked about when Gabrielle, so the only other time, so Gabrielle is nothing like Mandy in them. Like Mandy is a skank. Gabrielle, and Mandy just owns it. Like there's not, she's not trying to keep it. She was never trying to keep it under wraps. And the reason why Mandy and I are such good friends is because I think that Mandy's fucking hot, man. I'll show you guys a picture of her. But I'm pretty sure that I'm the only guy that Mandy has had a long-term relationship with that never tried to fuck her. And I honestly, she doesn't do it for me anyway. But so Mandy trusts me over the top because, like, you know, every other guy's like at least. Wait, what the fuck? How do I? Oh, I'm in my Jesse on Fire. I'm like, what the fuck? How am I not following her? Hold on. I'll show you guys this Mandy. You know, she's married with kids and shit too. Actually, she's engaged. She was married. A whole other thing. But I'll put a face with the name. This is her with her new dude. Whoop. Yeah, so she's a smoke show. But so like what's up, Musad? Yeah, so now I mean I had to take all these stories down. So I'll tell them again. Okay, I'll let you guys choose. I can tell you guys a story about the only time that I ever had to punk a dude over Gabrielle. Actually, well, the only time a guy ever like overtly fucking earned it. Or actually, I'll just tell that one. That one's good. Okay, so now so when that happened, that was 2008. So fast forward, this is like mid 2009. So this is probably like, I don't know, year and a half to 2 years later. And Gabrielle and I had like literally just gotten married, right? So like Gabby and I had just gotten married and we're living together and like, you know, Gabby's like, so one thing too, that I always like Gabby, like, you know, was like still like, she's like friends. She was friends with like guys who were like her exes. And I would always just let her have these conversations with them, like on G-Chat. And then I would go read them, you know, it was like, let me just make sure, let me just see, you know, I did this all before I married her, you know, it's like, just double check, like just see what's what. And so I would just go read all of her conversations that she'd have with these guys. And that's how I knew I could trust her. Because anytime that these guys would kind of be like, so, you know, like any ex-boyfriend who's talking to a girl who's their ex that looks like her, you think they're doing it because they like have some fucking emotional connection to him, or you think that they're like, man, I bet you I could still fuck her if I really tried. So anytime that they would try that shit, anything, she would just shut it the fuck, like just insto shut it down. Like she's actually like, she's really, really sweet. She comes off sweet and innocent, but she's not. Like she sees it coming and then she'll just like just cut him right off at the pass. So one of them was this guy who was the most recent, like she was actually dating him when I first met her. And so she had gotten fake tits and like I said, I just let all these conversations happen. Like I absolutely let these conversations, because it's how I would, you know, just let me just see, you know, see what I'm working with. So this one conversation she's having with him, right? He's like, so when are you going to let me see those new tits? And, you know, and she just clipped it, right? Like instantly. She's like, whatever. And she like got off the chat immediately. But I sat there and thought about that. And I was like, like she's my wife, you know? It's like this fucking guy thinks he has like some back door to my wife where he feels comfortable asking to see her fucking tits. Like, you know, I mean, I fancy myself as pretty measured with shit like that, but that was a bridge too far. I'm like, no, I can't allow it. I just can't allow it. So I wanted to, because he doesn't know me. Like he knows nothing about me. Like he knows that she's now married. He has, you know, as far as I think most people, I don't know, you guys can correct me if you think I'm wrong, but I think most people assume that a guy that's together with a girl they used to bang is a pussy. Like just on kind of on autopilot, you're like, oh man, you're like, I don't know why. I've always thought that. Like it's like a dude, I default to a dude that's dating your leftovers is a pussy. I don't know why. I know it has absolutely no semblance of living in reality, but that's kind of where my brain has always kind of defaulted to. So I'm like, this guy thinks I'm a pussy. Like this guy thinks he can fucking ask to see my wife's tits. Me? You know how many people that fucking know me would pull that? 0. Fucking 0. So, I thought about it. I'm like, all right. So Gabrielle goes to school she was in school at the time, getting her master's. So she goes to school the next day. And I'm like, I'm not really feeling good. I'm just going to stay home. So I sat home in front of her computer, just sitting there waiting, because I knew he'd hit her up. So he hits her up. He's like, hey, what's up? What's up? And I just wrote his name. I was like, this is Jesse. You and Gabrielle are friends, and that's cool. The next time you ask to see her tits or any slick shit like that, I'm going to drive to LA and cut your fucking heart out. And then I just signed off. I let him, same thing, just let him look at it, And then he emailed her, like, I don't know, like, fuck. He must have sat there and thought about it for 15 minutes. So he emailed her and he was like, tell Jesse I'm really, really sorry. And I responded, I was like, this is Jesse, we're cool. And then I deleted the chat, deleted the fucking email, and didn't tell Gabrielle for 7 months. She was like, I don't know what happened. He just I don't know. He disappeared. Like, he won't respond to me. She's like, he won't respond to me. So she's going on there just like, hey, and he's just like, he ghosted her and she had no idea why. And then like 7 months later, I was like, yeah, I can guess why he's ghosting you, Could have been because I told him I'd cut his fucking heart out because he asked to see your tits. And she thought about it. She got mad for a split second. And then I just sat there. I was like, are you sure? Are you sure you want to be mad about this? And she was like, and then you could tell she was kind of like, no, I think I want a husband to tell a guy that asked to see my tits to cut his fucking heart out. It's like, yeah, I think you knew what you were getting. If you thought that I was going to let something like that slide, you were confused. Wait, who's homeless? Homeless in America? You're not really homeless, dude. Come on. That's a mean, manipulative thing to do. Unless you actually are homeless, in which case you actually can have this $200. Thank you, 907. Dude, I wish that I could just tell these fucking stories. I like telling the stories better than I like doing any other kind of content. Oh shit, the pay-per-view's on. Hold up, I gotta buy this shit, son. Come on. Gabrielle's so pissed when I do these lives at night because she has to just deal with the kids by herself. Sorry, babe, it's just part of the business. So it's a nice excuse, like when UFCs are on, for me to just be completely left alone. Watch the motherfucking fights, even though I can't listen to them. Dude, who was on for that fucking Khabib Justin fight? How sick was that, dude? I know a bunch of you guys were on. That was so fucking sick. I don't think I've ever bought it up here. Yeah, I know. He's not, dude. Thank you, Ahmed. Yeah, I mean, dude, honestly, that's what YouTube does. So like one thing that YouTube does get kind of a bad rap for is people are like, like people on the right are like, oh, YouTube like is super left-wing bias. And then people on the left are like, oh my God, like it's radicalizing people on the right. They do make some decisions relating to censorship that lean one direction or the other. But when it comes to like what gets recommended to you, it is literally like it's just whatever you watch. Like it's literally that simple. Like the algorithm is if you go in and you just watch like videos of gymnastics, it'll just recommend gymnastics to you all the time. It's like the algorithm is not complicated when it comes to what it recommends. Thank you, Sad Daddy. Oh, dude, I fucking love Shevchenko. I was just saying earlier, go Google Shevchenko. Like when she did she did like a sexy photo shoot. She is. I can't look at her the same, man. I'm telling you. Like I used to look at her as just like a pure violence killing machine. Now I'm like, God damn. I'd let that bitch submit me something mean. Huh, Gabrielle? I do, of course. Oh, you don't want to. You think you don't want him to? I like. Okay. So if I'm purely thinking selfishly, for like if I was just like a Khabib super fan, like, and I didn't care about anything else, yeah, I would say it's a perfect career, especially given the beautiful end to the narrative where his dad dies. He has probably one of his toughest tests, and then he has one of the most like heroic performances ever on his way out. And I think when he comes back, he's going to fight Conor, and there's nothing poetic about that at all. I mean, I know how you look at it, Molly. I know exactly how you see it, and there I can see, to your point, the only way that it would make sense in a mixed Molly paradigm would be if he fought GSP. But if it's for Conor, there's no bow on that. It's already yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Or I don't even know if you said it, but I can guess what you're thinking. No, he's not lying to his mom, man. That's I don't think you can interpret it that way. Like I don't think he will come back without his mom saying it's okay for him to come back. Man, this is weird. It's like not letting me buy this. Oh, there we go. But actually, that's true. If he came back to fight Tony, I take that back. If he came back to fight Tony, that makes sense too. That actually, wow, that actually, Molly, huh? Yeah, but Molly, what if he came back and he fought Tony? What if Tony obliterates Oliveira? What if he fucking obliterates Oliveira and they fucking finally make the Khabib Ferguson fight, and then Khabib obliterates Ferguson and then he retires? What about that? What about that? I have tried Proper 12, but I fucking hate whiskey. He never made a promise to his mom. Gil Melendez on the broadcast. If one of my daughters decided she wanted to be a fighter, would you? Yeah. I'm taking my daughter to jiu-jitsu tomorrow or Monday. Sorry. She is in like, she's a freak flexibility. She's been badgering me because like I put her in Taekwondo and you know, it's cool, but like Taekwondo, I don't know. Like, it's like, I don't know. Like, you know, they don't seem like they're serious about fighting in Taekwondo. You know, we're like versus jiu-jitsu where, you know, I don't know, like just for survival, you know, teaching a girl to fight off her back is probably the entire point of jiu-jitsu is for an opponent who's not as strong to be able to beat a much, much stronger opponent. And if you're going to have a bunch of daughters that look like my wife, it's probably good to equip them with that self-defense mechanism. I just don't think, honestly, like the Khabib thing, I don't think Dana's going to let it go without getting that Conor thing in. And the Conor rematch, it just depends on whose story you want to tie to, you know, like, but at the same time, like I said in that other video, or actually, I can't remember if you and I were talking when I said that, or if it was, but like where I was saying, it doesn't really matter to Conor if Conor wins, you know, like if Conor's already fucking won, like this is all just like for the love of the game shit. Like he said what his goals were and he did them. It's done. You know what I mean? No one is going to smack. Come on. Khabib is. I don't think Khabib is beatable, man. I really don't. If we might see McGregor Masvidal. Yeah, for sure. Because again, you got to think about what people's goals are. You know, like what are their goals? Masvidal's goal is to make as much money as possible, money fights. So is McGregor's. So I mean, and that fight would be bananas too. I would pick Conor though. You think, dude? Tony wins by slicing. Khabib's never been cut in his entire career. In his whole career, 29-0 with no cuts, not a cut. Very in the lead up, Khabib was very undecided. He doesn't sell Wolfgate. He doesn't know what he. Yeah, I agree. And Michael Bisping made a fucking excellent point, where he said that when he first retired, he was still in the testing pool, and then he said the UFC kept bringing him fights, like kept on bringing him fucking fights, and he was just like, and he ended up getting out of the USADA testing pool as like defense against himself, because he was like, I'm eventually just going to take a fucking fight, you know, and like I want to stay retired. And so, like, to defend against his future decision making, he got out of USADA, and that's why he said, he's like, if Khabib is still in the USADA testing pool, he's not decided. Like he has like that. If he left the USADA testing pool, that would be definitive, because then he would have to test for 6 months to come back. If he's still testing, he's not decided. Just period. And by the way, I almost posted this today. Like, Michael Bisping, My Destiny is so fucking good. Like, if you guys have not watched that documentary, like, you have to watch it. Like, you have to watch it. It's, if, you know, like I just stumbled on it one day and I thought kind of like, you know, I don't care that much about Bisping. And then I watched it. I was like, this is about as good as anything that I like. It's fucking, it's like a mixed Molly level fucking doc. It really is. And the UFC did it. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. My Destiny. Even though Bisping's mad at you, Molly, you should still watch it. It's fucking good, man. Yeah, dude. This guy, like the self-exclusions, this dude that there's a buddy of mine who was on this this text thread of mine, like MMA text thread. The guy who did it fucking restarted it and excluded my buddy Sean. And we were like, what happened? He's like, Sean's not gambling anymore. So he doesn't want to talk about it. He doesn't want to do any more, like no more, like, cause we would talk about what bets we were going to take and shit. It's not even really like a betting text thread, but this guy makes fuck you money. So he must've just been vomiting money on sports betting. Like on one time when he and I first started talking about MMA, it was one of Stylebender's early fights. And I was like, dude, Stylebender's a fucking lock. He bet 8 G's on him. And I was like, and he showed me the slip. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. You bet $8 grand on the guy. I was like, you told me Bisping was mad at you, didn't he? You said, you told me Bisping got mad at you. About, maybe about one of the videos you did, like, where you said he was being a pussy. But yeah, like, I don't know. I was very nervous. That was the most nervous I've ever been about a fight relating with a bet, and it wasn't even my money. Yeah, you do, of course. Troll the fuck out of me. You just have to pay, son. Take a lesson. It costs money to troll me, dog. Without ever being challenged. Wait, I don't understand. Oh, you're saying what? Without him going up a weight class or what? It's not even like it's not a matter of people being fine or not fine or whatever. It's like, I mean, like what we think of it is completely fucking irrelevant. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, Aaron. Yeah, like, wait, you were critical of his fight with GSP in general, like that, because Jesus, like talk about the fucking windfall of it. Like, you know, I remember at the time, like that whole period, I remember kind of watching Bisping manage his having the belt, and I was just like, what the fuck, man? Like, it was so obvious that he was trying to duck the best fights or like the best fighters. I mean, it was just like there was just no question that's what he was doing. And I remember being like, dude, what the fuck, man? You know, he fought Dan Henderson, and then he was holding out, and then he got the GSP fight. And in hindsight, like, dude, he must have made an additional $6 million by fighting GSP. You know what I mean? Before the fight. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember. But he made, I mean, like, it was fucking genius that he got that fight. I mean, yeah. Because, like, he had to, I mean, in all honesty, he had to figure out a way to duck a bunch of fucking top contenders that would have beat him, you know, that probably would have beat him. And he may or may not have known that. But because he did a good job of avoiding risk and then getting the biggest fight you could possibly get. Like, that's the thing that people need to always remember is, like, the guys who have the belt, man, like, when they fight, like, when they have the belt, they get a piece of the pay-per-view. So the person they choose to fight is just fucking astronomical to how much money they're going to make. I mean, it's like if he would have fought like Whitaker back then, like, no, it would have sold fucking 200 pay-per-views. He fought GSP in his comeback fight after being out for four and a half years. Like, that fight probably sold 1.5 million pay-per-views. Like, and I mean, he probably made I don't know. I think it like gets all the way up to $5 a buy once they're over a certain threshold or something. What is God? Valentino is such a fucking boss. Yeah, we're talking about Bisping. Dude, who saw the pictures of fucking John Jones weighing 240 pounds? Did you guys see that? God damn, he is huge, dude. Like, he's coming into heavyweight beast mode. Like, I don't know if people thought, or I don't know. I kind of thought, oh my God. Someone bet 12 grand on Valentina to win $600. That's how big of a favorite she is. 12K to win 600. Wait, there's controversy with Buckley. I didn't even know that. What's it from? Juicy Jones. But no, he won't test positive. Oh my God, if John Jones knocks out Ngannou, that that would be insane. I will say this, dude. If John Jones successfully wins the belt, the GOAT talk is fucking over, man. There's you know, I know I've said you can't be the GOAT when you pissed hot. If he goes up to heavyweight and wins there and doesn't piss hot, fuck that. There's just no conversation anymore. If he beats Stipe, especially. I mean, DC's great. He's not in the GOAT conversation, though. He did both. Yeah, for sure. But he lost to John Jones both times they fought, and he lost to Stipe 2 out of 3. You can't call him the GOAT. I fucking love DC. Nothing would make me happier than to see DC come back and beat John Jones at heavyweight. But yeah, I mean, I don't think that John Jones is going to fight. Oh, wait, he did say he would fight Francis. Who knows, man? I don't know. Like, you know, this is the thing. Like, what Izzy proves is that these big, strong, beast mode motherfuckers get picked apart by surgical precision. And so, like, listen, I am a big proponent that no one's going to beat Francis, but who knows, man? I mean, John Jones is a surgeon. I mean, he's a surgeon. He could certainly win that fight. Oh no, I would much rather see him fight Izzy, personally. But he's, I mean, fuck, dude, he's at heavyweight. Like, he didn't look like he has any plans of going back down to 205 anytime soon, dude. Like, he's huge, dude. He's fucking huge. James Cross said Buckley's an asshole. Got kicked out of all the gyms in St. Louis. He would basically pick fights with the little guys and start shit. Oh, really? Well, fuck, man. Whatever he is, he's a killing machine. Yeah, it could be, dude. So when you rolled with him, he would go crazy. Like he would get nuts on people in the gym, like when you're training. Because that's not a good sign for his life outside the octagon. Like I would be concerned to be his fucking wife if he can't roll with people without losing his goddamn mind. Retiring in his prime without being close to losing is like a message that a happy ending. Well, no, I don't. I just think he's better than everyone. Like he's literally that much better than everyone at 155. Like, well, I mean, obviously he is. Like, obviously he is. He's like, it's unbelievable, man. Like, wait, hang on. It's not true that he got kicked out of all the gyms in St. Louis because he still goes to. Oh, okay. Yeah. But does he fuck with people in the gym though? Like, does he pick out like little guys and beat the fuck out of them? Like, or better question, is he a guy you can train with? Like, or does he go too hard all the time? I fucking hate that, man. Like guys where you're like, it doesn't even matter if they're good. It doesn't even matter how good they are. You're just like, I don't know. Like I fucking hate that. Like guys that you're sparring with and like, you can tell they're going full throttle. You're like, okay, calm the fuck down, dude. Like, I don't know. I hate that shit. It's like, cause you can go full throttle without like, this is the thing. You can go full speed without going full throttle. I don't know if I'm doing I don't know if I'm doing a good job explaining that, but like, it's like you can go full speed without all the aggression behind it. Like, in like some guys, like you can tell you're like, they're like aggressively fucking sparring you. You're like, calm the fuck down, bro. Like, are we, if you want to like set up a fucking smoker, let's do that. But like, we're trying to like get better today, not kill each other. KO'd 8 sparring partners in a day. That's fun for them. Yeah, I know. TJ, yeah, exactly. TJ Dillashaw, yeah. Dillashaw, he's just like, he's a spaz. But MMA swear for what I've done. I mean, it would seem surprising to me if he's chill to roll with that. Like all of a sudden he's like a complete fucking spaz on his feet. That doesn't seem likely to me. Are the rumors are they all sourced from the same person? Because it could just be some guy that's a fucking prick that doesn't like him or something. You know what I mean? Especially if they said he got kicked out of all the MMA gyms and you can validate that's not true. You know what I mean? It's like, so already portions of the story are not true. Right. Yeah. Yeah, Molly, you're right. I mean, yeah. I personally think that the end of John Jones's career will dictate whether he's kind of universally considered that. If he goes to heavyweight and wins the title and then like retires undefeated, but like if Khabib really does leave it as is, fast forward fucking 15 years, 20 years, he'll just be universally considered the GOAT. I guarantee you that. Like, just based on his level of fucking dominance. And he fought everybody, like he fought everybody in the division except Tony. But if you have a loss on your record, how can you be the GOAT even if eventually? Okay, so if that's in relation to GSP, wait, what? man, it's hard for me to like respond when I'm in the comments also. But like, okay, so like GSP as an example, he literally cleared out the division like 8 times. Like he fucking beat everyone. Yeah, he avenged all of his losses, and then he also, you know, just won one after another, after another, after another, after another. Francis KO's Stipe and KO's John Jones. You know, I'd love to see it. I fucking love Francis, man. He has the best story ever, as anyone who has watched Mix Molly's documentaries will know. That's true, dude. Sad daddy. Like, listen, fact. No press is bad press. You know, just fact. Thank you, Darren Shagmaster. Yeah, dude, like there's just you can't get bad press, man. Like, not in this game. Not in this. Well, that's actually not true. You can't get bad press until you're already a star. Like, if you're a huge star, then press can be bad. Like Conor, like perfect fucking example. Like Conor, you know, once he was big enough, and sexual assault's always bad, actually. Like you gotta, whether it's real, fake, whatever, there's no press around sexual assault that's ever anything good. Khabib was a genius. Yeah, it's all subjective, dude. Like, it's just all subjective. Like, I think Khabib's gonna come back and fight one more. I mean, listen, again, selfishly, I want to see him fight Conor just because I just love their rivalry so much. But for his legacy, the only 2 fights that make sense are GSP or Tony, in my opinion. But also, again, for Dana's legacy, the fucking boss, he knows that the biggest fight in combat, you know, it sticks in his craw that still the biggest pay-per-views are boxing still. And he know, like, the one yeah, the one fight where he could take UFC and have that become the biggest fight in combat sports history, the biggest pay-per-view ever. That's it. It's Conor and Khabib. There's no way he's going to let that slide without at least taking a run at it. He can't force Khabib to take the fight, you know. But if Conor runs through Dustin, like really fucks him up, you know, and like knocks him out, then yeah, Shogun is fighting right now. Shogun, dude, when you used to be able to stomp on people's heads in Pride, Shogun was the fucking man. CM Punk is the GOAT. Dude, that joke never gets old. Like, I've literally seen that joke basically anytime that we've had this conversation, somebody says it, and it's funny every time. I don't know why that catches me off guard every time, but it's fucking funny every time, man. Is Michael Chandler the real deal? I mean, he's gonna have to fucking fight at some point and let us know. I love Dana. Did you please tell me that you guys saw the video I did or the thing where when he was talking about Bob Arum? Fuck. Molly, have you seen that? Because if not, I'm going to show it to you right now. It is, God damn, if you need a reason to fucking love Dana White, I'm going to literally show it to you right fucking now. Hold on. Joe Rogan or Dana White? Joe Rogan is, nobody wants any of that, dude. Just Google Joe Rogan kicking a heavy bag. You tell me. Hold on. All right, ready?
You guys watch that, right? Now.
Jesus.
Yeah, I didn't.
What the fuck is going on?
How that whole thing played.
What the fuck? What the hell is going on? Like fucking YouTube is playing for like 5 seconds and then shutting off. That was literally like that clip of Dana is literally like my favorite thing I've ever seen. Let me see if I can get this going here. Dude, what the fuck is going on with this? This is really infuriating. I really want to show you guys this in case you guys didn't see it. Oh, maybe it's because this is open. Jesus, what the fuck, man? There we go. Dude, Paul Craig is like if looking mean was what decided fights, he would be really good. It's just not. Dude, I think YouTube is like purging fucking shit again because all of a sudden my subs are like, I did it. Okay.
Eviscerated Bob Arum, all right, in this press conference.
Watch this.
So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys watch that right now. Yeah, I didn't see how that whole thing played out, but I heard Bob Arum, fucking little bitch, crying about it. Fuck him. I had to throw that in there. I fucking hate that guy. Anyway.
Did you see actually his fight, not to bitch on Bob Arum, but he said that, I've lost so much money on Terence Crawford, I could build a house in Beverly Hills or something. Like,
Can you imagine if I said that? Are you fucking kidding me? You guys would murder me if I said that. I'd never hear the end of that. That's what you do. That's not his fucking problem. That's your problem. His problem isn't to figure out how you make money. You fucking signed a deal with this kid. Your job is to promote him. Your job is, you made a deal. All these kids that I signed, you know, and if you look right now at all the kids that we signed and how many people we have on our roster is very inflated right now. We have a very, very big roster, the biggest roster we've ever had in the history of the company. I have to pay all these kids. How I pay them is not their fucking problem. It's my fucking problem. And this guy wants to go. Imagine me saying, I got to pay Conor McGregor this much money. I could have built a house in Beverly Hills. Shut the fuck up, you fucking scumbag. Pay your fucking fighter what you owe him. That's your job. Bob Arum is a piece of fucking shit.
Oh, man. Oh, man. That is so funny. Yeah, dude. You know what I saw, Molly? The thing that I saw was it says they can monetize content. Like what it sounded like to me was they were like, they could like demonetize your shit and then monetize it. That like, did I read that wrong? That's what I read. And I was like, the fuck? Like, so you can not pay me, but still monetize my content? Or did I read that wrong? How funny is that fucking dude? Dana is such a fucking badass, man. No, there are not. The TV show, if there were more episodes of the fucking TV show, then MLF would be on the fucking canvas of this UFC that we're watching instead of DraftKings. You have no idea how frustrating that was trying to convince people. I'm like, do you guys not understand? Like, if you just put the fucking show on television, like these guys are paying hundreds of millions of dollars for airtime that will be less than what we will have. Like, we're going to create a multi-billion-dollar company. Just like if the network needs a piece of the company, then fucking give it to them. But put the fucking show on. I will never bet against Conor if someone's going to stand with him, ever. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, fuck, dude. Buckley, you know, you got to see him fight someone who's a little bit better. But I don't think we have to worry about that. But yeah, like. Yeah, I know. Like my other channel is will get demonetized in a millisecond. But then you can sell. I mean, but then you can sell ads yourself. Like, did you guys watch Awaken with JP? He's so fucking funny, man. He's hilarious. Like, he's Awaken with JP is basically Jesse on everything, except instead of like just yelling about things, if I made hilarious fucking political satire. Like, he is fucking hilarious, dude. But he's like, he has ads, like he does his own ads, so I would imagine his channel has to be demonetized. Edmund Shabazian, dude, it completely depends on how he comes back. He got fucked up in that last fight, man. Like, he got worked. I saw his TED Talk today for the first time. Embrace your weirdo or whatever. I think his new content is way better. Like, just because he's so, like, he's hilarious, man. He's so funny. If you watch any of his recent stuff, just go to Awaken with JP's like go watch like he just did one he doesn't like if this was like this, and he's just hilarious. Like, he's super fucking clever. Yeah, that's true. It's unfortunate because I think that Jesse on Everything's gonna be a much bigger channel, but then I'll just have to sell my own shit. And honestly, you probably make more money anyway if you sell your own. Yeah, oh, dude, Masvidal could beat Conor, of course. He could for sure. Like, yeah, I mean, there's like, I wouldn't say Conor's like a stone lock to beat Masvidal. I just think that, like, when again, if a fighter is going to stand with Conor and they're in the same weight class, I'm not going to pick anyone against Conor. It doesn't mean that he can't lose, like, but like my pick will always be, wait, not at 155, not enough pop in the shots. Are you talking about Conor? I would highly suggest you go watch the Eddie Alvarez fight, my friend. And when he fought Nate, like, think about Nate Diaz's chin, and Conor, like, try to find how many people can knock Nate Diaz down. Like, only people with titanic power, and Conor knocked him down many, 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 many times. And when he was fighting Eddie Alvarez looked like he was getting struck by lightning when he got punched by Conor. Oh, George, not enough pop in the shots at 155. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, George's a much better fighter at 170 for sure. Wonder Boy was a very bad matchup for Masvidal because he's so technical. Wait, for Conor versus George, for Conor versus Conor. I'm confused. You're saying Conor doesn't have enough pop to knock out Masvidal, or Masvidal doesn't have enough to knock out Conor? Khamzat is a beast. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think George. Well, I mean, he might be able to, but he won't. I mean, he won't. No, Conor's not going to. No, because to get it to the ground, Conor would need to wrestle Masvidal has tremendous takedown defense. Like, don't let that Usman fight fool you. Like, Usman is not like a regular person, like, in terms of takedowns. Like, Conor's not going to be able to take Masvidal down. No fucking way. Because you got to keep in mind, Masvidal's been training with Colby forever, right? Like, Colby is vicious with takedowns. And so, like, a person who is anything less than world-class wrestling is going to have a really hard time taking him down. Like, Usman was the fucking national champion. He's a monster, dude. A fucking monster. At 170, I could see Masvidal beat Conor. But at 155. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I think the fight happens at 155. I'm sorry, 170. Like I don't think there's any scenario where that fight would happen at 155. Can Conor become the GOAT? I mean, listen. If Conor came back, right? He runs through Dustin. If by some miracle he's able to get Khabib to take a rematch and he beat Khabib, which I think is incredibly unlikely. But let's say that he did, and then he went to 170 and he somehow won the title there, then he would certainly have an argument. Because I don't think Conor's not going to sit, then he'd be the first person to win titles in 3 weight classes. But I don't see, he's not going to sit, that's just not how he does. Like, he's not going to sit in a weight class and clear it out. He's not going to defend the title over and over and over and over and over. He's just not going to do that, dude. Like, so, for him, it's like his road to the GOAT is a very, 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 very rough one, which is, first of all, he has to beat Khabib, which seems fucking, like, he tapped from strikes, but Jesus Christ, what the fuck was Herb looking at, or whoever that is? Like, he was obviously done. What the fuck? What was Herb looking at? He was flattened out and not defending himself at all. But also, that is, I'll be honest with you, him tapping like that, that's him retiring. Guaranteed. That's him having that moment where he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah, I do. I would see, again, a Conor versus Masvidal fight at 170. I'm not going to say I'm like bulletproof confident, but what I am going to say is, like, people always overestimate size over speed and accuracy. Always. Like, where it's like, oh man, this guy's coming up. Wow, this guy's going to be too big for him. And you're like, okay, why? Is Masvidal going to wrestle Conor? Because maybe strength, you could talk about that. If you're talking about striking, the difference between 155 and 170 is not that big. Not for Conor when he's got reach like that. And Conor is much more powerful at 170. So you're talking about a striking match. And so, Masvidal is excellent striker. Conor is a fucking surgical mastermind murder machine. Like, have you ever seen anyone get the better of Conor striking ever? That when there wasn't a tremendous threat of takedowns there. Yeah, I don't think Conor will beat Khabib, but who knows? Like, if by some, the thing that was unbelievable, like, honestly, if you really think about it and you go back and watch that fight again, what's really fucking unbelievable about what Khabib did in that fight was how he was able to make Conor so ineffective on his feet. Like, he caught Conor with that big overhand shot, but that's because Conor was scared about getting taken down, so he's constantly thinking about getting taken down. He gets hit with an overhand. He recovered instantly. But what was really impressive about Khabib on his feet was how ineffective he made Conor's striking ineffective when no one else has ever done that. Fucking no one. Like, no one has done that. And, but like, it's Khabib. And also, he's trying to take the fight somewhere else. Someone who's going to stand, engage, and fight Conor on the feet. I'll never pick against Conor. I just won't. He's too good. Usman, wait, hang on. Sorry, let me catch up. Hang on. This fun. Most of his fights are terrible to watch. He toe stomped Masvidal like 100 times. Yeah, that was rough to watch, man. 3 people who can stand with Conor at 170 and still beat him. One Masvidal. Okay. Colby Covington and Kamaru Usman are going to stand with Conor and beat him? Fucking ludicrous. Kamaru Usman was getting dotted up by Masvidal. The second like he engaged them, he was getting dotted up. Like he had to take him down. Yep. Yeah, Colby Colby would try to play that pressure game on Conor where he just gets in his face. Conor would hit him once. Like he would slip and hit him once and Colby would go, oh, wow, that's what that feels like. Like, no wonder everybody gets knocked out by this fucking guy. Nate Diaz first fight. Conor took that fight on fucking 7 days notice at 170 when he had only fought at 145. And Nate Diaz is a fucking superhuman that can't get knocked out. So like, that's the thing is like with Conor, his weakness on his feet is only when he gets tired. Okay. When he's fresh, he is absolutely unbeatable, fucking unbeatable. Okay. With Nate Diaz is like, there's something wrong with him where you can't knock him out. So then Conor gets tired in the third round and then he's beatable. But you have to be able to absorb such an unbelievable amount of punishment. Like if you're going to stand with him, you have to be Nate Diaz to be able to fucking do it. Like, and no one has a chin like Nate Diaz. Fucking no one. And yeah, I mean, Masvidal's never gotten knocked out. It's possible Masvidal can absorb some punishment in the first couple rounds, and then Conor gets tired, and then Masvidal fucking annihilates him because he will. I mean, if he's still there, fresh while Conor's tired, then yeah, of course, Masvidal will crush him. That's the concern. You know, if you're a huge Conor fan, you're concerned about like at 155 would be Ferguson. Like if Ferguson, could somehow absorb the punishment that he would give him in the first couple rounds, which would be utterly devastating. I mean, the holes in Ferguson's striking against Conor. Oh my God. Oh man. I mean, I don't believe he'd be able to, but if he could, then, he zombies him. And then Conor's up against fucking Tony Ferguson, like in those later rounds with his like razor fucking hands and elbows. Like, Jesus, that would be not pretty. All right. So hopefully this next fight is Mike Perry, I think. Fucking DraftKings. Fuck these guys. Conor should strive to get the 170 belt. I agree. Oh, Conor's a fucking scrapper too, man. I don't know. I mean, honestly, here's the other thing. We have no idea how good Conor is anymore. I mean, we really don't. Like the whole thing with like Mayweather, then Khabib, and then Cowboy is that Conor's skill set is like super undercover. Like we really don't know, dude. Like he boxed Mayweather. Okay. Like all you know about that is he probably got a lot better at boxing, right? Then he fights Khabib, and Khabib nullifies him completely because he's fucking best 155 pounder ever. He game planned him absolutely perfectly. He's a terrible matchup for Conor, so he takes him down and then he beats the shit out of him. So like we don't really know what Conor's skill set is. He goes in there against Cowboy, and he fucking obliterates him. So like when he fights Dustin, we're gonna see what he's got. And my hypothesis is that people are gonna go, "Oh my God, he's fucking unreal." That is my highly educated opinion on Conor McGregor. Use in and out movement that as much anymore. When I don't understand when that would be. Masvidal, Covington, and Kamaru Usman are way better than Nate Diaz, and Conor couldn't knock Nate Diaz out. Think about it. If he had problems with Nate Diaz in the later rounds, okay. Again, you're just like you're doing MMA math. Like, so are you saying? Because let me just ask you: you think that Colby Covington has a better chin than Nate Diaz? That's what you're saying? Because I'm not talking about like this guy. I'm talking about specific skills that match up, because that's MMA math doesn't play. Like, so does Colby Covington have a better chin than Nate Diaz. That's all that matters. If you think that Colby Covington has a better chin than Nate Diaz, that's the only way that it would matter. Who said that Dustin's going to take a dive? Dustin Poirier is going to take a fucking dive? Yeah, right. That is the stupidest shit I've ever heard. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. If people are actually saying that, they're fucking idiots. Wait, we got another girl fight? Fuck me, dude. Ooh, this girl's actually pretty vicious. Never mind. Oh! She's a tough broad, this girl. Colby's chin got cracked and he kept fighting, though. Listen, Colby is a fucking... I love Colby Covington. But I just don't think that... I don't know. I don't... I just can't... I can't see anyone... like, Nate Diaz is like... He's not human, man. After seeing what Hooker did to Dustin II, I can only see Conor putting Dustin to sleep. Yeah. Yeah, I will say, though, on the mind games, I don't think that Conor's going to play very many mind games. I think Conor is going to be campaigning for a Khabib rematch, and the only way that he's going to get Khabib to agree to it is if he plays it super fucking respectful. Like, and because, again, I talked about this in the video, Khabib holds all the cards. Like, he holds all the fucking cards. And he doesn't have to fight Conor. He doesn't have to at all. Like, he could just not fight him and he'll win, right? Like, there's the ultimate mind game that Khabib could play with Conor is to just not fight him and just let Conor, because if he doesn't fight him, he beat him forever, right? Like, he beat him forever. They fought. Like, they got in a cage and they fought. Conor quit, right? Like, he beat his fucking ass, and Conor quit. Like, Conor can't ever erase that. The only way that he would get to erase it is if Khabib gives him another shot. Now, like I said, Dana is going to do everything that he can to make that fight happen, but Khabib doesn't have to take the fight. Israel Adesanya's he's too much for him, dude. Israel's too big. Like, Conor can't just he can't endlessly go up weight classes. Izzy's too long, and Izzy is great in the same way as Conor, like, where he's a surgeon. He's a surgeon with knockout power. And so, like, they are the same type of fighter. And listen, I'm not saying that Conor would have absolutely no chance in that fight, but Izzy would be a monstrous favorite. Conor's best shit talking days are behind him. He's more mature, and I believe he gets to be rematch. We'll see. I think, listen, everything Conor did was strategic. Okay. Like, Conor is a strategist, right? And when he was talking shit before, it was strategy. It was always fucking strategy. And he was both building his name up, because that's how you build your name, right? He's the most clever motherfucker on earth. And then he was going out and he was just dirt napping guys. But, like, he doesn't need to do it anymore, right? Like, I think that if he believed that it was going to give him an edge in a fight, he would still do it, but not at the expense of a Khabib rematch. Like, if he thought he was going to get an edge over Dustin like he did last time, he would do it if he didn't want the Khabib rematch, and I know he does. And so, like, thinking like a strategist like him, I guarantee he's not going to be nasty in the build up to Dustin. He just won't, because he knows Khabib holds the cards and Khabib can write him off. And Khabib's not going to, the entire video I did about what Molly said about it, which is brilliant, is like, for Khabib, if he thinks Conor's going to shit on Dagestan and shit on Muslims and shit on everything that he cares about, then that puts giving Conor a rematch in the category of principles, and he won't break his principles. And so Conor needs to show him that to give him a rematch won't be breaking his principles. Conor does not need to do it anymore, especially with rape accusations. I don't understand what that means. Oh, well, yeah, that's the other thing. Conor really like has to be like Conor has a brand to protect that's way more valuable than what he's going to make in the UFC. Like, you know, so like he needs proper 12 to, I mean, he is the proper 12 brand, right? So like negative stories really impact his bottom line now. And bad behavior will too. How good is Chandler? We'll see. There's no way to know. I think Valentina versus Amanda would be identical to the last fight. I think it would be like a toss-up, and neither of them would get hurt. I think they're both too surgical, and they just wouldn't hurt each other. I mean, that last fight, if you're a striker, or you like watching really high-level striking, that was such a great fight, man. It was such a great fight because you're just watching, you're like, God, these girls are just like, they're the two best of the best. Michael Chandler is your uncle's wife's cousin. Yeah, I mean, he's not going to fight against Tony, so at least not now. Tony's going to go up against Oliveira. We're going to say dude, honestly, that I'm telling you that like taking that Oliveira fight was really smart because I think it gives him the best chance to win. Like, because he's not going to get hit. Like, he's not going to get blitzkrieg hit. Like, you know, Oliveira is a good striker, but he's not going to hit him with like a fucking Titanic sledgehammer that's going to knock him out. Proper 12's gross. Honestly, all booze tastes fucking disgusting to me. So like, I can't tell one gross fucking liquor from another. Yeah, I think Gaethje's going to fight Chandler. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll tell you this right now. Anybody who fights Justin Gaethje now is going to try to take him down. That's for goddamn sure. Khabib exposed him. I mean, like, you know, like when people say like, oh, that guy got exposed, that you want to know the fucking definition of getting exposed is Justin Gaethje's fucking jiu-jitsu game. Got exposed. Khabib exposed him. Now, getting him to the ground is not going to be easy, but like guys that are high level on the ground now are like, oh, fuck, I got to get this guy on the ground. Like, you know, because fighting him on the feet is a nightmare. And they're like, but if I get him on the ground, he's a fucking kitty cat on his back. I mean, most wrestlers are, but ooh. So it's going to be this fight, then Mike Perry, then Valentina, and then Figueiredo. So, Cavillo fights out of AKA, I think. Right? Got full, not full guard. Got full mount, you mean? Yeah. Just instantaneously. Like fucking took him down, was in full mount instantly. If Oliveira got Gaethje on the ground, he would be submitted instantly. Instantly. Perry's financial advisor, fun fight, yeah. Damn, 350 in the AM. My weight class, if I was a UFC fighter, fuck, I don't know. I weigh about I weigh like 196 right now. So who knows? These guys cut so much fucking weight. But if I was training, if I was like fight training, I would probably be about 10 pounds lighter. I would probably fight 170, maybe. Dude, this girl, Shukagian, damn. She's the fucking real deal, man. Ooh. Both these girls are fucking good. Shikogian actually might have something for. I mean, Valentino beat her, but like, she's got power. Like, she's actually got a legitimate threat that she would have to think about. Khabib versus Punk is the only. It never gets old, dude. It fucking never gets old. Yeah, I mean, you got to figure, dude. Gaethje's such a grinder. He'll definitely work on his jiu-jitsu, I think. Oh, Valentino. Oh, that's right. She did, didn't she? When was that though? Is that recent? How am I Valentina's opponents are just like a blob of people she beat the shit out of. You know what I mean? Wait, what? Whoa. Damn, Ethereum went fucking bananas this week, huh? Oh, never mind. So did Bitcoin. And I own some Bitcoin. Any tips for a young martial artist? Only have a year's worth of training. Anything can be enough if you make it your everything. You just have to train every fucking day. Like, and you got to get in a good camp. You got to get in a good camp. Kevin Lee. I'm not sure if you're serious or joking, but Kevin Lee is he's never going to be anything at the top, man. He was a good prospect. He gets beat. Was I on 23 dads? I don't know what that means. Valentina is not making you any fucking cash tonight. Did you read that thing I said? Guy bet 12 grand on her to win 600. That's how big of a favorite she is. Oh my God, his tattoo is bananas. The fuck was that? That's right. Kevin Lee needs a heart and brain transplant. Hold on. I'm looking something up here. Oh yeah, those. That was the last person she fight. I completely watched that fight too. Like, I'm serious. Like the girls that Valentina fights are just like a blob of just all of them are exactly the same. Liz Carmouche, yeah, Jessica I, Joanna. It's because I don't think I had actually seen Shukugian fight before that Valentina fight. It's too bad because had I seen her fight, I would have been like, oh, this girl might actually have something for her. But no. She's fucking tall, huh? Like, she got long. She looks huge compared to Cavillo. Gaethje dropped down to 145. Is that a thing? Ooh. Did Gaethje say he can make 145? Oh God, Lewis and Ngannou was the worst fight of all time. That was the worst fight of all time. My face is the thumbnail. I know I really should have actually done a thumbnail, but I just didn't feel like doing it. Lineal champions could ever be a thing. Like, if this, I don't think so. In all of MMA history, Kevin Lee's tattoo has to be the single worst thing you've ever seen. No, what about Alan Belcher's tattoo, dude? Google that fucking thing. It does like on that 23 Dads video. Oh, that is me. Yeah, that's me. With the kid where I got her to stop crying. That's me. Yeah. Yeah, that's me. That is me. Yeah, that was half the reason I started doing it. Check this out. So like I that video went viral as fuck on Facebook. Like it got like 100 million views. And so we were like, so I started looking into, I'm like, God, what if, okay, so whatever, I don't need to tell you the whole thing, but whatever. So I started looking, I'm like, God, what if this would have been on YouTube? Would have been on mine. So I was like, how much do people make, and like, how much money do people make on YouTube? A fucking video that got as many views as that video that went viral. I can't even explain to you guys how much fucking money that would have been. And then, so that's when I was like, okay, I'm going to start a social media. So I started TikTok because of it. That blew up, got 200,000 subscribers. And then I started doing YouTube. But like, so like in the grand scheme, when this thing really blows up, the genesis of that will be that fucking video, that video of me just like, you know, with my daughter that I posted on Instagram that went viral. Cavillo is bleeding. It must be frustrating being a 125-pound girl fighter, knowing that will Kevin Lee ever come back and fight for? He's not going to fight for a belt because he's not good enough. Let me look up that tattoo again though, because good God, he's got a good mouth on him too. It's really like, it's sad that he has no mental game. Dude, what on earth is that tattoo? Wow, it's worse than I can't even make heads or tails of that. Like what the fuck is that? Like, what is it? Dude, I'm so confused. I mean, I have some bad tattoos, but none that are on my motherfucking head. I mean, look at that thing. Oops. I'm confused by that. I don't even understand what it is. It says life, and then man, I am so confused by that, dude. And I really don't like talking shit about people's tattoos because, like, you know, if it is a terrible feeling having a tattoo that you don't want. What tattoo is my worst? I don't know. I have lots that suck, but it's not even the line. Well, the line work's not great either, but I think they were trying to do that on purpose. I don't understand the theme. Like I genuinely don't understand. Danny Mullen. Is he the one that's with JP? Let me see. Oh, I like this guy's thumbnail already. All right, I'm subscribing to him now. His newest one, Danny Mullen gets attacked. Jesus, these are long ass fucking videos. All right, I'll check him out. Yeah, it has to be some kind of like, I think it has to be some kind of like gladiator thing. Cause like what's her name? Fucking Amanda Nunes gladiator tattoo, like gladiator arm is so badass. It's such a fucking badass tattoo, especially for her, dude. Like if you're the best, Oh, dude, getting laser that shit hurts so bad, dude. That shit hurts so fucking bad. I did one little thing, and yeah, it hurts bad. Oh, dude, having a face tattoo. I don't know, man. I don't understand it. That is a trend that doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, I guess it's just full commitment. Like, I'm never gonna get a job. And honestly, that might be what it's about. Like, it's like full all in. Like, I'm not getting a job, so I'm doing music or I'm doing fighting or whatever. I'm never ever getting a fucking job. And this is me saying it. See, I've looked at that the opposite way, where like when I blow up, like for real blow up, and I know I'll never have to have a job again, I might maybe get something small right there. And the only reason I'll do it is as a fuck you to the world that like I never have to get a job. That's why I can get that. But I would have to actually be in a situation where I knew for 100% sure that I was never going to have a job again. Ever any consequences you might face due to your adjusting on everything videos? I mean, I think I could defend all the positions that I take on there. I've thought about that. Like if someone at work was like, oh, well, you said blah, blah, I'll be like, yeah. And I don't think that's a controversial position if you really think about it. Sir Teabag, don't be retracting messages, dude. No, I know. Like my current level of tattoos is like because I can just cover them up with a fucking dress shirt. But on the neck, that's a different ball game. No, Izzy's dude. Someone comes out like no one's beating Izzy at 185. Period. I don't care who they are. Whoever comes at 185 is getting fucking beat by Izzy. Shakugian. I'm trying to visualize how big these girls are because 125 pounds is not very big. But like Shakugian looks like she'd be fucking bigger than that. That's why I like watching little strawweights fight because they're like, I watch them. I'm like, Gabrielle weighs 115 pounds. So like watching these little savage fucking girls that are the size of Gabrielle just bang it out. It's like, God damn. Ooh, how long would it take CM Punk to submit Khabib after ground and pound? I don't think that Khabib would even make it to take him down. I think CM would knock him out on his feet, most likely. Shakugian's 5'9". God damn. So she's a monster at 125. I live in California, but we're getting the fuck out of here. Tattoo Dana eating a heart on? No, I don't get tattoos of other people on my unless they're movie characters. No real people. What do I think about the Tyson fight? I love them both, and I don't care because I love them both. Probably Texas. I think a better question would be, why would you stay in California right now? They're CM's bulking up to Vase Jones. I'm in enterprise software. But I'm leaving California because the taxes are fucking ludicrous because they have basically waged war on small businesses. I mean, like, I don't understand it. I really don't. As a person who's like built businesses, it's like devastating for me to watch people get like mandated put out of business. It's fucking terrible. Cali just got locked down again. He would think I was a lunatic for sure. But I am moving to Austin most likely, so the human poop in the street thing is overblown. Like I have seen, my office is in San Francisco, but the Great Reset, dude, honestly, if I did a video on it, it would all be hypothetical, but I'll tell you guys what I think is going on. So the Great Reset is totally real. Here's what you need to think about. So if you're like, let's say hypothetically, you're like the World Economic Forum. You're the most powerful billionaires in the world, right? And you guys go to scientists, like the real scientists, and you're like, okay, we need to get our hands on, or we need to get a fucking handle on climate change for real. Like, how serious is this? How fucking serious is it? And then imagine that a fucking team of the top scientists in the world were like, we're looking at species collapse inside the next 100 years. And they're like, come again? They're like total ecological, like, collapse or whatever, like ecosystem collapse, total. Human beings will not be able to support life. We're going to have a 90% reduction in population, blah, 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 all that, right? What do you do? If you're like billionaires, like, what do you do? And they're like, and you're like, okay, well, what's our course of action? And they're like, a complete reformation of how human beings live is the only way that we'll be able to survive. And then total global reformation around green energy. So like, you can't go to humans and go, hey guys, like, we're facing genocide, like total fucking, we're all going to be dead in 100, like your kids are going to die a horrifying fucking starvation death, like that's not going to work. So they got to figure out a way to get everybody in line so that they can kind of restructure the way society works. And I think they're doing that in response to climate change. That's what I think is actually happening, because there's too much shit. There's too much stuff that is like, there are conspiracies happening. Like there's just like, they just are like that. There are things being driven. They're like behaviors they're trying to create. And I don't believe they're just doing it for money. I think there has to be a larger issue. And I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt that they're doing it for a good reason. And I think it has, and everything in the Great Reset is all about green energy, the environment, all that stuff. So I think the most powerful people in the world got a really serious rude awakening about what's going to happen to the environment. And then this is their reaction to it. Look it up. Look up the Great Reset. They're not hiding the ball. Like, they're being very clear about that. I mean, like, the Great Reset's not a conspiracy theory. It's like, here's the World Economic Forum. We're going to use COVID as a great reset, and we're going to completely reformat society. Like, that's them announcing it. I agree with that, BCAGs. I definitely agree with that. Like, so like, as an example, like, one of the most genius things that these guys do. So think about this. Okay. So like, so you get a, like, this is just a fact. Okay. Like, some vaccines, like, or not some, like, some people have adverse reactions to vaccines, right? Like, it's just true. It's not a large percentage. It's a very small percentage, but they do. But enough of them to where moms of kids that had adverse reactions, they find each other online, right? And so they're like, they start kind of telling stories about, oh, this happened to my kid, whatever. It's like, in my opinion, it's not a big enough group to, like, you can't say that it's like vaccines are bad necessarily. Like, they're obviously better than not having them. But when you get a collection of women that are like, my kid, and it starts getting louder and louder, the genius thing that pharmaceutical companies have done is, instead of like, to the way that they silence them, instead of just like whatever, saying they're not telling the truth, is they actually infiltrate these things, and then they have people make outlandish claims, like fucking there's never been an effective vaccine. That's the kind of shit that they say. They're like, vaccines have never been proven effective. Like, as with what's it called? Polio. polio is actually eradicated by improvements in fucking in sanitation, not by the vaccine. Just fucking nonsense, like utter nonsense. But they do that on purpose because then these women who are like all like the mothers who like had bad shit happen to their kids, they'll attach themselves to all this stuff, like, and they'll believe it, and then they start espousing the same shit, and it discredits the whole thing because that's just fucking nonsense. Like, you know, the reality is that, you know, it happens to a very rare group of people. Like, that's just reality. Like, and then, but you know, you can't have that go out wide because then people are afraid to like get their own kids vaccinated and having like you would much prefer to have everyone vaccinated than no one. Like if no one vaccinates, it's going to be way worse than what the impact would be, you know, is on kids who have, you know, bad fucking reactions to vaccines. Dude, if I had a job to give you, I'd fucking hook you up, my man. All right, let's go. Fucking Mike Perry missed weight by 17 pounds. You know, it's great. Like the other fighters are so pissed about that. Like other fighters hate when guys miss weight. It's bullshit. It is a fucking bullshit move to miss weight. No, the dude, you're right. Except, but why? Why? Like these guys, the people who are implementing it are people who already control the world. So why? Like, why would they be doing that? There also is another thing too. There's actually, you know what? There's another thing too. We are automating jobs away. Like jobs are just being automated away. So where like these jobs are not going to come back. Like lots and lots of jobs are not going to come back. And you can't have 50% of the population unable to fucking feed themselves with no jobs. Like it's not going to work. Like this shit's not going to fucking work. Also, when you get things automated to a certain point, you don't need human labor. So people don't need to work anymore. Like there's going to be a point there's a possibility that like if we get the environment under control, that our kids will live like these really prosperous lives without having to work. You know, like they just won't have to work because like food production and all that stuff will be automated. You know, they'll like 3D print fucking shelter and stuff. Like all the stuff that we right now, you need jobs like where you need like capitalism works because it incentivizes people to work where you won't need people to work anymore. And so capitalism works better than socialism because technology has not gotten to a point where we don't need human labor. Like capitalism is a way to trick people into working. It's that simple. That is what it is. Now, when you get to a point where you don't need fucking humans to work, then socialism is the correct play. Like, I mean, it just is because there's enough for everyone without anyone working. So, I mean, are we there yet? No, but like, you know, I'm not okay with the Great Reset. If what it means is that they're going to mandate me to fucking inject my kids with shit and for me to like, you know, watch people like businesses go out. Like if they have the difference is that I'm smart enough to understand. Like if what you're telling me, if what's actually going on is like automation is going to make it to where people can't survive, we have to do this, then explain it to me. And then I'm on board. But if you're doing it as some like fucking power grab, then fuck you. No, of course I'm not on board. But most people they don't think about this shit like I do. Like they're just like, it's like the vaccine thing, right? The thing I was just talking about. Most people, you know, they're like anti-vaxxers. It's like they can boil down these incredibly fucking complex things down to like catchphrases. You know what I mean? And it's like what I just described about the future of the human race, the planet, reformation around automation. Those are complicated fucking issues that most people just can't wrap their brains around, you know? And so like, you know, oh, they're driving towards socialism. It's like, okay, that can't just be the end of the conversation. Why? Like, why? You know what I mean? Anyway, I apologize. All right, so we got. Oh wait, so Curtis Blades is the third ranked UFC heavyweight, and Francis knocked him out twice. So you got Francis and then Stipe, and then Curtis Blades. Rosenstreich is third. Okay, so Francis Ngannou has dirt napped every other fighter in the top 5. What do I know about AI and automation? A lot, my friend. That's exactly right. Post scarcity, correct. In order for that to be what's going on, though, you have to give the World Economic Forum the benefit of the doubt that they're working for the best interest of society, which has not historically been the case when central bankers and people get together and they conspire around what we're going to do. So, like, you do have to take this leap of faith that they're like, oh, okay, now we're hitting a breaking point in the planet. So, like, we're going to have to start thinking about, helping people as opposed to, like, controlling things. Although we might need to control things to help people. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not eating bugs. Well, it might be. There's just no way for us to know. Like, no, you're right. We're not we're not near socialist utopian standards. That's why I think it's about the environment. That's why I think I'm about the environment. Yeah, the nanobots thing. I heard JP say that on his channel today for the first time. Someone asked me about it last night, and they're like, "Do you think it's just the vaccine? Is it like, or do you think that it's something else in it?" And I hadn't even entertained that. I'd never even. I don't know. I just think the vaccine's about money, man. At least, like, I think this vaccine is just about money. But I could be totally fucking wrong. Yeah, I know. Happy days. You might have missed it though. Mix Molly's on here. Mix Molly just got out of the hospital. He had a fucking blood clot in his lungs from COVID. That's just, I mean, unless you think Mix Molly Whopper, he's fucking making it up. I mean, because he's not. It's serious, but at the same time, but is that enough for us to like shut down everyone's businesses and like put people out on the street? It seems wrong to me. Mike Perry, dude. He's fucking red, dude. He's got, what is his face? Oh, it says platinum over his eye. That's serious. I mean, he was never going to get a fucking desk job anyway, though. I don't understand where did eating bugs come from? Did someone like recommend that? I have Ngannou in the rematch. Man, my head feels so much better. I seriously entertained that I had COVID earlier, so my head hurts so bad. Why else would Bill Gates be involved in the vaccine if there wasn't a tech component? Yeah, I don't know. I just think he's looking to make money, man. I mean, he's a person who created one of the largest fortunes in the history of the world. I just think it's probably about money. It calls for eating bugs. See, remember about crazy conspiracies discrediting real ones? Nanobots in the vaccine to make you automated, that would qualify as a crazy one to discredit the real ones. Into Bill's father. I don't know what that means. Thanks, brother. I'm going to sign off here in a second, too. I've been on for 2.5 hours. My fucking head hurts. I'm actually going to sign off right now. Fellas, I love you. Excellent conversation today. I'll come on. I'll do this, dude. I might not need a fucking like a event to do this. I might just do this once a week because this is fun. But all right, fellas, I'm going to sign off. Always a good time. Later, guys.